The presenting sponsor of Moontower Soccer is FVF Law.
To find out what makes FVF a different kind of injury law firm, you can visit fvf.law.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Swoontower Soccer. I'm Steph Cragnola.
And I'm Mike Cragnola.
And we are all about the boys. Today, on this special off-season episode of Swoontower Soccer, we are going to do a little retro on the new segment that we launched this year, our Swoontower Opponent Spotlight. We're also going to talk about the expansion draft through our unique lens. A little bit of a fit check, some social media standouts, and of course, the man of my jersey.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this year we tried a new thing, right? And I really liked the opponent spotlights.
I'm like 50-50 on it. And I've talked to you about this before, that I feel like I've learned so much this year, and I really am starting to understand the tactics, but that's not always great, because I used to be just like, oh, I'm watching a soccer game, this is great, I love it, oh, we didn't win, that's all right. And now I see what's wrong. Now I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
so,
do know.
I really loved getting to talk to other creators, and also I love learning, and also I don't know if my happiness is improved.
So I think that's a good place to jump off from, right? Is kind of, we started this opponent spotlight with the goal of highlighting female and non-binary voices in MLS fandom, kind of across the league, right? Mm-hmm. You had done an incredible webinar during the offseason, and my first thought as a dude was, how can I help? And I realized that's kind of a hit or miss proposition when the goal is get more female creators involved, right?
Sure.
And so I did a bunch of background work to try to find other MLS media with female and non-binary voices that are highlighted in that.
Yeah, you really did dig deep, because I put together a spreadsheet with everything that I could find on Instagram or on club pages, and then Mike really went into the dark web to try and fill that out a little bit more. Not
quite the dark web, but sometimes it felt like a dark space, because sometimes there just weren't clubs with media, right? Independent media, I think, is something that we take for granted here in Austin. There's so much of it, and so many creators trying to make things for the team. And some of these clubs don't have that level of involvement with their fans.
Yeah, it's wild. St. Louis City on Blue Sky linked to their website, where they did kind of a roundup of all content across teams, except for SKC. That page just says no. But it was cool to see it laid out in a really clear way, how much some teams have and how little some teams have.
Yeah, so some of the stuff that we tried to avoid in 2024 was we tried to avoid getting club employees onto the show, except when we didn't have a choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
We played FC Dallas 3 times.
Right.
And there are 2 media outlets for FCD. Mm-hmm. And so we had to have a club employee on to talk about that team.
Well, and then when we look at the radio,
right,
play-by-plays, some of them are employed by the teams, and
yeah, some of that we didn't know beforehand, right? And then I remember we talked to Ted Ramey from San Jose, and all I wanted was to get a real take on their center back situation, and he wouldn't give it to us. And then I found out later, he's employed by the club, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Ted's interview is still a super fun time, but just a different take than I think we were going for, right?
Sure.
And so our 2025 plans, we're trying to bring the Swoontower opponent spotlight back, but do a little bit more work leading into that.
Right. And we're going on vibes this year, I think. Instead of really trying to pinpoint our searches, we're looking at all the content across clubs now and in January to pinpoint the shows that feel like they fit our vibes.
Yeah. So whether that's the tactical analysis quality of Moontower or the chaos vibes of Swoontower, one way or another, that will be the vibe that we target for our show.
Right. Yeah. Not necessarily like other Swoontower shows. I mean, if they're out there, I want to find them. But more of just like the staying positive, not spiraling into the
sensationalism.
Or like the bro culture, I guess, of sports media.
Yeah. That said, Steph, I want to know, what is your favorite interview from the 2024 Swoontower Opponent Spotlights?
I mean, I know we talked about trying to avoid club employees, but I think Gina Miller was one of my favorite interviews, just because to get to hear how she's gotten to where she is in her career in such a high level in MLS, and the insight that she gave us, I thought was really eye-opening in a lot of different ways, even though it was from a professional club perspective. And then I think the most surprising interview for me was my friend Michaela, who I know through Shakespeare. And the interview with her on RSL was so tactically insightful. And it was just really fun to get to mix those streams of the way that I know a person and the content that she normally does with our soccer content.
Yeah. My favorite interview of the year was Renee Washington with Philadelphia Union. Coming right off the jump with one of our strongest was really fascinating, right? And I would love to kind of highlight, I think, those three as what we are most looking forward to creating in 2025.
Yeah.
And so, listeners, if you have a favorite Swoontower Opponent Spotlight, share those with us. We would love to know what y'all thought of the series and what you are looking for from this next year.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to kind of have the concept, have proof of concept, so that trying to get guests and then scheduling out the full season rather than trying to do it week by week should take a little of the chaos out of it.
Yeah, it was a really scrappy effort, I think, in 2024, but now we know what we've learned from it and can plan really well for 2025 as soon as the schedule drops.
Yeah.
Which, come on, MLS. That said, if you're listening to this and you are an underrepresented voice and you want to start a show, just start a show.
Do it.
Also, reach out to us. Come record a show at our house.
Yes, please.
Honestly, though, seriously, hit us up. We would love to give you as many resources as we can to help you on that journey.
Yeah, because we want more.
Yeah, my Spotify Wrapped is all Austin FC podcasts, and I would like to keep that for 2025.
All right. Well, speaking of the 2025 season, we're coming up on the expansion draft. And in danger of losing some of our boys to San Diego, possibly, potentially.
Yeah.
Well, I know that this week on Moontower, you got to hear Landon and Jeremiah's 12 saves of Christmas. But today you're going to hear my 12 Swoontower saves. Now, these are purely based on soccer skills. Just kidding. It's based on vibes.
It's based on the Swoontower content.
The Swoontower criteria, which is how good is their fashion, how cute are their families, how good is their social media content, how much joy do I get from watching the club content that they are featured in, how much do they bring to our community, etc., etc.
So this is basically Steph's 12 favorite players?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's start with Julio.
Wow.
What?
What a shocker.
Second is Brad. What?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Third is Danny Pereira.
What?
It's a crazy list, y'all. I should just actually shut up and let you all fill in the rest. Fourth is Diego Rubio.
This one is a surprise to me that he's so high. Yeah.
Oh, it's not really ranked in the first top three are ranked. Top three are
okay.
like obviously ranked. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 through 12.
Got it. Okay. Because I was gonna say, I feel like Diego Rubio being this high for you is a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I think he's feisty. I think he's like kind of a Felipe sub. Yeah. So Diego, Guilherme Biru, Jader Obrian, mostly like for his daughter's fashion.
And his
that
sellies.
Kid is so cute. And his sellies. He's got good sellies. Number 7 coming in for the intensity. It's Svatok.
Yep.
This robot laser eyes. Like,
Hero.
I'm a little afraid of him. So if I didn't put him on the list, I would be scared. We've got Gyasi. We need that big dad energy.
I don't think that's what BDE stands for, but
we
let's
got
move
BHI, Seba, Gally, and then it's Jimmy time.
on. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the vibe, for the Swoontower vibes, the fashion.
No, you're right.
The confidence, the manifesting.
Remember when he put his jerseys in the club store?
I will never forget.
What a man.
Yeah. Those are my 12 saves. What do you think about them?
I like them. I want to ask you, how do you feel? Do you think the club should protect CJ or let him get drafted by San Diego?
Honestly, because like he's from there. He can go back. He can go back home.
And
Right?
so-
Isn't he from down there?
Yeah.
He can go back home with his family. I don't feel the need to protect him. Sorry, Matt.
So you would rather let them take him for 50,000 in GAM than try to make a trade with them to like get him?
Oh, yes. I was obviously thinking about the game.
Oh, well, I mean,
I was thinking about the games.
Hey.
Hey. I don't know. He's just not on my list.
all right, fair enough. That's fine. I think from a Swoontower perspective, the only thing that I would change about your list is I would move Guillermo Bureau to 4th, and then I would move Obrion to 5th, and I would put Diego Rubio at 6th.
But I told you they weren't in order.
Yeah, but I have a specific order.
Okay.
I think Guillermo Bureau is my 4th favorite player on the team.
Nice. I mean, he's definitely like,
He's so
even though he
fun.
belongs in jail.
Oh, right. I forgot. For eternity. How dare he?
And I do want to say that one of the things about this list that I'm really looking forward to, hopefully in 2025, is I really want more social media content from the team that features Brad and Seba because they're so funny together.
Yes.
Like, getting to watch the two of them on videos is like peak Swoontower gold. It's
Yeah.
so sweet. It's so good.
The way that they like both respect the heck out of each
Yeah.
other for their leadership in different ways is so
Yeah.
fun to see.
Yep.
Yeah. That FIFA or EAFC
Mm-hmm.
like ranking video is
Yes. Incredible. Ugh.
peak content.
Yeah. So that's like a lot of what I want to see more of that like odd couple kind of videos, which I guess we're going to get to kind of one of those later, although they're not really an odd couple anymore. They're just always thrown together. Maybe they're the only two available for commercials.
Yeah. Before we get into commercials and social media standouts, we do have a fit check.
We do.
And it's like a real fit check. It's
Yeah.
a shot from the parking lot that, like, as they're walking in, it's Nico. It's the coach
Yep.
wearing his fit.
Yeah, his Christmas sweater.
So I have a question, Steph.
I have an answer.
Do you think they said, what is the biggest crest that we have? Put him in that sweater.
Yes.
Or do you think he said, what is the biggest crest you have? Put me in that sweater.
I think but a little bit of both.
I'm just saying, that is the largest Austin FC logo I've seen on a person.
It really is.
It's incredible. I
Yeah.
love this sweater. Listeners, if you have this sweater, tag Moontower in your fit checks with it, because it is great.
Yeah.
We do have a question from a listener, though, Steph, and I would love to get your take on this.
Uh-huh.
Ashley asks, why is it always phone leg first? Like phone leg out in all of the fit checks?
Yeah, I thought this was a really astute observation.
Yeah.
That every time they're walking in, it's the pant leg with their phone in it that's like front facing, and like we get to see the real stretch of the pants. And that is, I think, the answer of why.
Interesting.
I think it's because we get to see how much tighter their pants are when their phone is taking up space in their pocket.
Yeah, it is fascinating though when you go back through the fit checks, and like now it's all I see are
Yes.
these like gigantic squares, and it doesn't matter what leg it's in.
Right. It's just that leg's forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wonder. I wonder if it's intentional. I wonder if it's like a weird coincidence. I don't know, but it is fascinating. Ashley is so smart.
Yes. Super smart, super like in tune with what's important.
Yes.
So thanks for the listener question. I hope we did our best to answer it. Steph, would you like to take an ad break?
I would love literally nothing more.
Wow. Swoontower Soccer is brought to you by our friends at FVF Law, the official injury lawyers of Austin FC.
FVF is a different kind of personal injury law firm dedicated to community, transparency, and client education. And they have their own podcast called Summary Judgment. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts.
You can go to fbf.law to find out why understanding your legal options can dramatically change the outcome of a case. Once again, that's fbf.law.
Our premier sponsor is McGuire Woods Consulting, helping clients in the public affairs space from lobbying at the local, statewide, and federal levels to digital and communications campaigns across the country.
McGuire Woods Consulting has offices in 10 MLS cities, but only advertises on this podcast because Austin FC is the best club in the entire world. Forever and ever, amen.
Yay.
Contact our friends at McGuire Woods Consulting at mwcllc.com for more information.
All right, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Ching, 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 ching,
We're going to do the sleigh bell sound again?
ching, ching, yeah.
Okay,
It's holiday rom-com time.
great.
So I just want you all to know that I prepared for this segment. I took it seriously. I took preparation seriously over the Thanksgiving break. We've watched 11 Hallmark-style holiday rom-coms in the last week.
Yep.
So we have been committed to our duty.
6 of them starring Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah.
Steph's dad is obsessed with Lacey Chabert, so if you have an in with Lacey Chabert, tell her Paul C. says hello.
Yeah. Also, tell her that when she's ready to retire, I'm ready to take her place as the queen of Hallmark holiday rom-coms. That's my new job goal.
Great.
I want to star in these.
Okay. But in the meantime, we have a game to play.
Yes. So I need you to give me an Austin FC player and a holiday, and I'm going to tell you the plot of the next holiday rom-com.
Okay, great. This week's holiday rom-com is starring Gyasi Zardes,
Ooh, okay.
and the holiday is Arbor Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, grow the legend. Yeah. So this is Grow the Legend is a holiday rom-com where is this like is Gyasi playing himself?
No, he doesn't have to.
Okay, he's just the actor.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So he's going to be playing himself because we are going to be in a community neighborhood that they're trying to build a soccer pitch. But in the middle of this pitch is the oldest tree in the neighborhood.
Nice.
And there is an environmentalist who chains herself to the tree to
Played by Maddie.
Yep.
Played by Madison
Yep.
Zardes. Yep.
Chains herself to the tree to not let them dig it up because it's the oldest tree in Arborville, and you can't possibly, especially this close to Arbor Day, you're gonna dig up this tree. How dare you? And Gyasi is like, but the children, they want to play soccer, and so they end up like fighting for the environment and bulldozing a Walmart to build the soccer center there and planting a whole bunch of other trees
around the stadium.
Yeah.
And that's how Starfire Stadium in Seattle was built.
I don't get that joke.
That's where Seattle plays their Open Cup games, and it's completely surrounded by trees.
Oh. Well, no, it's actually the Arborville rec center.
Yeah, Arborville United.
Yeah, Arborville FC. Arborville F Tree.
Ooh, good.
Yeah. The end.
Great.
And they fall in love, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Duh. Great. If you have a player and a holiday, send it to us. I'll do that. Again, as many times as y'all want. And honestly, even if it's 0 times, I'm going to do it again.
All right. This week's social media standouts. I have bucketed these.
Oh.
Because I think it's easier for us to transition sometimes if they are in the same bucket.
Wow, look at you doing prep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 categories this week. The first category is good deeds.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to talk first about Osman Bukhari donating a ton of soccer gear to the village he grew up in and all the surrounding ones, and how proud he was to share it on his socials. And there's a YouTube video about it, and he really blasted it out across everything he does.
It's really sweet and really cool, and I think to be able to do something like that is such an incredible feeling for a person, and so I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I think it's really neat. I think it's really special.
Yeah. Also special. Danny and John Gallagher went furniture shopping.
Yeah. With Four Hands Furniture, they collaborated to renovate a Verde Leader's living room.
Yeah, but we didn't get to see the living room, and
No.
it makes me so mad.
And we didn't get to see what Danny and John did, except I did see Danny spinning around in the background of the video multiple times in those spinny chairs.
Now, here's a question. Between Danny and John, who do you trust more to decorate your living room?
Oh, I don't know. I think I trust Danny more to decorate my living room.
Yep.
And I think I trust John Gallagher more to decorate a Better Homes and Gardens living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
If I were going to Crate and Barrel, John Gallagher would be my first guy.
Yeah, if you're going to GameStop.
Yeah.
To decorate your living room. Who on Austin FC would you trust the most to decorate your living room?
Oh, great question. I would trust Julio the most because I know Jessica would do it for him.
No, but see, here's the problem. I've seen their living room. It's all white. You couldn't do that.
Oh, no.
You couldn't live there.
No. If I lived there, I couldn't eat or drink or go in that room.
And I knew you were going to try to cater to me with that answer, and I was ready.
No,
with
you're
the
right.
Rebuttal.
You're right. It might be Danny. Just because I know he will pick furniture that you can just spray and wash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say Baru because we've seen him shopping at Marshall's.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Good
That's
pick.
the quality of furniture I'm willing to. Ooh, what about Owen?
No way. I don't want anything inflatable.
I was going to say
a
a
beanbag
futon.
chair. I'm 40. I'm 40. I don't need a beanbag. No, thank you. Although a bunk bed would be pretty sweet.
Race car bed.
Yeah.
Do you think Owen sleeps in a soccer ball bed?
Ooh, no, but he's got one as a chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it drops down so that he can play video games inside it without waking up his siblings.
Yeah. Okay. Also, we had the annual Austin FC grocery sponsorship at HEB, which is always a really cool day to get to see how the club's giving back.
Yeah. The video of Roto talking to that one woman who just starts crying in the aisle. Just so sweet. So special.
Do you think he knew what to do?
I don't know. I
Just
mean, he's a dad.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So he must have dealt with crying.
Maybe. All right. We did have some vacations to look at.
Yeah, the Desslers went from New York City to Mexico. Their caption was "one jungle to another," and there's a bunch of pictures of them at this beautiful Mexico like resort with like the beach and a private pool and like a bunch of cute New York pictures where, you know, the city's in the background and the bridges and all the tourist hot spots. So that was fun.
Yeah. And then Jean's been going kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
but
he's
it looks
been
like
busy.
he's back home in Slovenia now.
Yep. He is spending some time back there. Who knows where his next stop will be.
Who knows?
Our next category I have just called Thirst. Because it is basically just everyone is doing their off-season gym selfies right now. The hashtag like no breaks, you know?
Yep.
Like everyone is posting those right now. Love it. Great time of the year.
Yeah, we love working out.
John Gallagher's hair is outrageous right now. It is so good. It is so long and curly, and like this is a moment. If the Galley Gals still have a line on John Gallagher, please get him to grow it out even further. It looks so good right now.
I think that if he did a little like high pony,
That's what I'm saying.
I might like consider joining the Galley Gals.
Or like the headband pullback.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I could get behind the headband pullback real hard.
Yeah.
And then, of course, to cap off the thirst section, Seba had his inked pics put up on Instagram this week.
Yeah.
They are outrageous. They're so good.
They're great. His tattoo's questionable.
But the pictures,
are great. All right. Our next segment, our final segment in social media is cute family stuff.
Yeah. So this is kind of the catch-all for all of the heartwarming things that happen. Like the Zardes family Elf on the Shelf series happening right now.
I cannot with
It's
this.
Incredible. The highlights include Chippy's butt brush. If you haven't, you should be following.
Mike hasn't shut up about this butt brush.
The entire Zardes family on their socials. It's all worth it. Chippy also has a new lady elf friend as of yesterday.
Congrats,
so
Chippy.
Congratulations, Chippy, to your new lady elf on the shelf friend.
Jesus. You take this next one also, because
You don't want to say this one?
no, I won't.
So the note says, John Gallagher's baby looks like an old Irish barrister or something. And I don't know how to be less truthful. Like, he just looks like an old Irishman. He looks like you met him at the pub, and maybe he's had a couple.
Yeah.
He's so cute, but also like just a grumpy little old Irishman. I don't know. I love it.
Also a girl.
So what I said.
Yeah, I want to talk about the next one. Because it's Julio content, training with his son, and it's the cutest thing ever because we got a little soccer star in the making. It's just so heartwarming to watch all of like Julio's little warm-up exercises and then watching Ento do those as well.
With his tiny little legs and his tiny little feet and the regular size ball.
Yep. Incredible.
Speaking of incredible, Seba took a trip to El Monumental with his son for a river match. Like, for a river match. That must be like so special.
Yeah.
To do that like
Talking
with
about
your
our
kid.
Old man.
Right. I will say he is starting to turn into a child.
Yes.
He is reverse Benjamin buttoning. No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reverse Benjamin buttoning right before our eyes.
Yep. Amazing. Yeah. Oh wait, no, actual Benjamin buttoning.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Benjamin Button get younger?
I don't know. I never saw it.
I didn't either.
Whatever direction old to young is, that's what's happening.
Anyway, then CJ went surfing with his dog.
Yep.
Very cute.
CJ doesn't have a child, but he treats that dog like one.
Yeah,
and
we love to see it.
We love to see it.
I do also want to say this is not in our notes because it is old boy stuff. But I really did like to see the pictures of Seba with Emmy and Maxi,
yeah.
like in Argentina. It was really, really sweet. And new baby alert.
Yeah, for
Johan Valencia and his wife are having a baby, and we got to see an extensive amount of footage of reactions to that.
So cute.
And it was so sweet and so wholesome. So congrats.
Yeah, there's a lot of ex-player stuff going on right now, and until we get new players, I think we're allowed to talk about it.
Great.
So
we love that.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, Steph, bring us home.
Oh boy. The man of my jersey this week, just because of how much you can tell this season is meaning to him, is going to be Osman Bukhari.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a season of giving, and I think that it's been really sweet to get to see some of that personality come out through his connection to his community.
Awesome. We want to ask you to rate, review, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your chance. So if you are listening to this as a podcast, go ahead and give it 5 stars.
Yeah. And if you want to put your prompts for a holiday rom-com in that review, it'll confuse everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Landon and Jeremiah will be like, what does this comment mean that just says Danny Easter?
Yeah, they won't have any idea, but we will know.
Yeah, we'll know.
And then also, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, do that. There are still some Patreon rewards out there for this year, as well as the opportunity to ask listener questions. If you have Swoontower questions, you can put those in the Patreon as well, and we will make our Moontower dads give them to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's everything.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Thank you so much. We love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.